Prince George's County Police Chiefs Award Ceremony is how our department recognizes the outstanding performances of officers and community members. Before we start, Chief Malik Aziz would like to make a few remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Just allow me to say a few words to you. First, thank you for being here, for coming out here today to be recognized, for us to recognize you for the outstanding work that you've done. I'll say a few things here about what you've done. Here we are in a national climate in policing that calls for police to remain police, to be police, to serve our citizens, to serve the residents of the great county, Prince George's County, and to offer up in the face of great danger, in face of great calamity, in places where people often run from, places where people go the other way. But you have taken a step forward in this climate to continue doing the awesome work that you do. It's about a restoration of who we are and a brand of who we are. And there's nothing better than wearing this uniform and this badge, a patch, to be honored, to present that honor, to show people who we are and what we do. And you are the embodiment of that. You epitomize what it means to serve with dignity and respect and courage and honor and all those things that make us who we are. It's often said that a hero is an ordinary person who does extraordinary things. And yet, that seems like a very, valued statement that's undervalued, because it's more than that. It's a lot more than that. But it's your day-to-day experience, your day-to-day job, your day-to-day existence, that you'll see things that people have never seen, or they read about in blurbs or sound bites, and you experience that, and you give us the best of who we are. So I want to personally thank you for giving us the best of who you are and contributing to that restoration of our noble brand of policing. So thank you very much. You're much appreciated, and I look forward to greeting you and shaking your hand as we hear about what you've done, and we go through this today. And we'll have it'll be no exception, I should say, from any kind of deviation, that you're getting everything that you deserve. And I know I'll see you here again, getting many more awards and being recognized for your heroism. And including, I know we have some, I've been talking about human beings, but I know we have some doggies in the back. Man and dog alike, man's best friend. So we're looking forward to them. Unless I get a paw, I'll be willing to shake it. I don't know. We'll see. So thank you again. I appreciate you so much.
First, I'd like to call up the following members of the Calvert Canine Search and Rescue Team and Search and Rescue Dogs of Maryland: Kelly R. Burkhart in Canine Sabre, Stephanie N. Konechny in Canine Benny, Elizabeth J. Konechny, Melanie N. Fleming, and from the Search and Rescue Dogs of Maryland, Kelly Milheim in Canine Gala, Teresa Roach in Canine Ruger, Colleen A. Lilly in Canine Kellen. This group represents public safety partners who help us locate critical missing persons. These individuals and their canine partners are being honored today for their extreme determination during an exhaustive search for a suicidal teenager in Fort Washington on May 25th, 2020. Their high level of expertise led them to locate the body of a missing teenager within hours of deployment. While the outcome was heartbreaking, the dedication of these specialized units led to the swift conclusion of this tragic event. For your actions, Chief Aziz is honored to present you with the Chief's Award. Kelly R. Burkhart in Canine Sabre. Stephanie N. Konechny and K-9 Benny. Elizabeth J. Konechny. Melanie N. Fleming. From the Search and Rescue Dogs of Maryland, Kelly K. Milheim and K-9 Gala. Teresa Roche and K-9 Ruger. Colleen A. Lilly and K-9 Kellen. For an Outstanding Citizenship Award, Mr. Travis Banks. Mr. Travis Banks, who serves as a security guard at a local hotel, is being recognized today for outstanding citizenship. On September 4th, 2020, he demonstrated a willingness to aid public safety officers after a homicide had just occurred. As a result of Mr. Banks' keen observational skills, the suspect in this violent crime, who had parked at Mr. Banks' place of business, was detained. The handgun used in the crime was secured and public safety authorities were swiftly notified. Mr. Banks' actions demonstrate his commitment to his job as a security guard and dedication to his community. Therefore, Chief Aziz is honored to present him with an Outstanding Citizenship Award. Mr. Travis Banks. Police Officer Dwayne D. Randall and Miss Brianne Randall. Officer Randall and Miss Randall are being recognized for the outstanding performance they displayed in Bowie on February 22, 2020. Upon observing a vehicle on the side of the road, they stopped and discovered a man who had just suffered a medical emergency behind the wheel. They swiftly assessed that the driver was not breathing and had no pulse. They both rendered CPR until EMT units arrived on the scene. For their actions that prevented a tragic loss of life, Chief Aziz is honored to present a Lifesaving Award to Police Officer Dwayne Randall and an Outstanding Citizenship Award to Miss Brianne Randall. Police Officer Dwayne D. Randall. Miss Brianne Randall. Police Officer Herbert H. Toms and Captain Bo Perizzo from the Metro Transit Police Department is accepting on behalf of Police Officer Joseph M. Muno. Police Officer Herbert Toms and Police Officer Joseph Muno are being recognized for administering medical aid that saved the life of a man in Marlow Heights on May 14, 2021. Upon arriving on scene, where a driver had suffered a medical emergency behind the wheel, they quickly realized that he was not breathing and had no pulse. They sprang into action and rendered CPR until EMT units arrived on the scene. For their rapid response and professional judgment that was crucial to preventing a potential tragedy, Chief Aziz is honored to present these officers with a Lifesaving Award. Police Officer Herbert H. Toms. Accepting on behalf of Officer Joseph Muno is Captain Bo Parizo. Police Officer Herbert H. Toms. Police Officer Herbert Toms is being recognized for giving life-saving medical aid to a man who had been shot in the thigh in Temple Hills on April 30th, 2021. He quickly assessed the grave nature of the injury and applied a tourniquet to slow the bleeding. This stabilized the victim until EMT units arrived. For his quick actions and professional judgment that saved a life, Police Officer Herbert Toms has earned a Life-Saving Award. Police Officer Herbert H. Toms. Corporal John F. Evans III. Corporal John Evans is being recognized for rendering aid that saved the life of an overdose victim in Upper Marlboro on February 3, 2021. Upon arriving on scene, Corporal Evans realized that the victim had no pulse and was in distress. He rendered CPR until EMT units arrived. For his professional judgment and swift actions that prevented a drug-related fatality, Corporal John Evans has earned a Life-Saving Award. Corporal John F. Evans III. Sergeant Shelley Livergood, Police Officer First Class William T. Mitchell, and Police Officer First Class Ashley T. Wigmore. This award is being given in recognition of the outstanding performance these officers displayed while administering medical aid to an individual who had been shot in the thigh in District Heights on May 21, 2021. They quickly assessed that the victim was suffering from an arterial bleed and applied 2 tourniquets on the wounded leg. This slowed the bleeding and stabilized the victim until EMT units arrived. Their quick actions and professional judgment were crucial to saving a life and averting a potential tragedy. For this, Chief Aziz is honored to present Sergeant Shelley Livergood, PFC William T. Mitchell, and PFC Ashley Wigmore with a Life-Saving Award. Sergeant Shelley Livergood. Police Officer First Class William T. Mitchell. Police Officer First Class Ashley T. Wigmore. Sergeant Ryan J. Cox, Corporal Michael G. O'Connell, Jr. These officers are being recognized for the outstanding life-saving measures they performed in Capitol Heights on May 5th, 2021. They responded to the scene and found a 14-year-old suffering from gunshots to both upper thighs. These officers immediately realized the grave nature of these injuries and applied 2 tourniquets, 1 to each leg. This reduced blood loss and stabilized the victim until EMT units arrived. For their rapid response and professional judgment that helped save a young life, Chief Aziz is honored to present Sergeant Ryan Cox and Corporal Michael O'Connor with a Lifesaving Award. Sergeant Ryan J. Cox. Corporal Michael G. O'Connell, Jr. Police Officer Alex C. Belcher. Police Officer Alex Belcher is being recognized for the outstanding life-saving measures he performed on a stabbing victim in Tacoma Park on June 20th, 2021. He quickly determined the serious natures of the injuries of a man who was suffering from grave leg wounds. Officer Belcher quickly applied a tourniquet to reduce blood loss. This stabilized the victim until EMT units arrived. For his swift actions and professional judgment that were crucial to saving a life, Chief Aziz is honored to present Officer Alex Belcher with a Lifesaving Award. Police Officer Alex C. Belcher. Police Officer First Class John H. Windsor. Police Officer First Class John Windsor is being recognized for life-saving actions taken while aiding a man who had been shot in the neck and arm in Suitland on May 14, 2021. Officer Windsor immediately realized the grave nature of the injuries. He applied pressure to the wounds and stabilized the victim until EMT units arrived. For his quick actions and professional judgment that made the difference between life and death, Chief Aziz is honored to present PFC John Windsor with the Lifesaving Award. Police Officer First Class John H. Windsor. Corporal Christian M. Wutka. Corporal Christian Wutka is being recognized today for his unrelenting determination after being stabbed during a violent confrontation in Clinton on September 1st, 2020. Corporal Wutka responded to a scene where a mother and a daughter were being terrorized by a family member who was acting in a dangerously erratic way. Corporal Wutka put himself in great peril while using less than lethal tactics to gain control of this volatile situation. For his dedication to public safety, despite sustaining a critical injury, Corporal Christian Wutka is being presented with a Critical Injury Award. Corporal Christian M. Wutka. From the FBI Baltimore Field Office, Special Agent Kevin McDonald, Special Agent Brian M. Treacy, Special Agent Callista Walker. From the Prince George's County Office of the Sheriff, Corporal Tawana H. Lyde. And from the Forest Heights Police Department, Officer Kari A. Grooms. Lieutenant Shanice Singh. Corporal Jayon Choi and his K-9 Rambo. Corporal Glenn C. Smith. These officers and public safety partners from the Sheriff's Office FBI Cross-Border Task Force, and the Forest Heights Police Department are being recognized for outstanding teamwork. On January 17th, 2020, their joint efforts and sound tactics led to the swift apprehension of a suspect who had just robbed a SunTrust Bank in Oxon Hill. For their actions that removed a dangerous criminal from the community, Chief Aziz is honored to present a unit citation award to the following: FBI Special Agent Kevin McDonald, Special Agent Brian M. Treacy, Special Agent Callista Walker, Corporal Tawana Hyde from the Office of the Sheriff, and Officer Kari A. Grooms from Forest Heights Police Department, Lieutenant Shanice Singh, Corporal Jayon Choi and his K-9 Rambo, and Corporal Glenn Smith. Special Agent Kevin McDonald. Special Agent Brian M. Treacy. Special Agent Callista L. Walker. Corporal Tawana H. Lyde from the Prince George's County Office of the Sheriff. Officer Kari A. Grooms from the Forest Heights Police Department. Lieutenant Shanice C. Singh. Corporal Jayon Choi and K-9 Rambo. Corporal Glenn C. Smith. Police Officer Angel Lebron. Police Officer Angel Lebron is being recognized for the outstanding police work he displayed while pursuing an armed homicide suspect in Capitol Heights on April 3rd, 2021. As a direct result of his rapid response and professionalism, a dangerous felon who had just killed 3 people was swiftly located and apprehended. For his continued efforts and commitment to this department, Chief Aziz is honored to present this officer with a unit citation award. Police Officer Angel Lebron. Police Officer Angel R. Lebron. Captain Matthew S. Snyder, Sergeant Lamar Robinson, and Police Officer Nathaniel Tiller. Officers from District 4 and the Guardian 3 flight crew are being recognized today for their outstanding teamwork while pursuing a commercial robbery suspect on March 2nd, 2021. Their diligence and sound police tactics on the ground and in the air led to the apprehension of a dangerous repeat felon who was responsible for multiple commercial burglaries in Prince George's County, Charles County, and in the District of Columbia. For your actions that removed a serious threat from the community, Chief Aziz is honored to present a Unit Citation Award to Captain Matthew Snyder, Sergeant Lamar Robinson, and Police Officer Nathaniel Tiller. Captain Matthew S. Snyder. Sergeant Lamar Robinson. Police Officer Nathaniel Tiller. This concludes our program. Again, we thank you for your service, and many thanks to our municipal partners and police departments for attending. Thank you.